Yes.
So, I am here with Bryan. We are going to have a bit of a Gloomspite Gitz trade-off. We've got basically some trolls and we've got some spiders because we want to find out what's going on between the two of them.
Yes.
So, let's have a look at the armies. Now, we've got two very small 1,000 point lists. On one hand, we've got a bit more of an elite list. We've got Dankhold Troggoths. We've got him as the general, so we've got Battle Line as the trolls down here. We've got the Troll Hag, who is always good value for money, especially in something like a small list like this. We've got a small unit of 3 stone trolls, and we've got 4 of the river trolls, 3 of the river trolls as well. So just min units, and that actually makes up 990 points. On the other hand, we've got pretty much the spiders list. So we've got our general, who is the shaman on the giant spider. We've got 2 units of 10 each of the spider riders. We've got the fungoid shaman, a web spinner, and I cannot find. I did have a hero on the spider, but I can't actually find the model. So I've subbed him in with a loon boss with giant cave squig. So, and oh yes, they've also got the nastiest spell in the book, which will wreak havoc on the trolls, and that actually makes 990 points as well. So we're about to roll off for scenarios and then table up and see what we do. All right, so D3 for our table. And we've got a 3, so we're on the 3rd one, and a D6 to find out which one we're playing. 2. It is Death Pass. Let's have a quick look at what that one is. Death Pass. It is... Oh, interesting. It's left and right of the field. We've got victory points. Add up at the end of each round. We'll go through... Oh, this is the simple one. Kill lots. Very good.
Excellent.
Okay, this could be interesting because one of these teams has got a lot more wounds than the other one. Let's see how it goes. We may as well roll off to see who's playing who. Do we... Top dice is spiders?
Yep.
Bottom dice is trolls. And I am spiders, so... Okay, let's see how this goes. You can see this is potentially going to be trouble for me because I've got lots of things to damage and you don't. So we've just finished setting up. Bryan has had less drops and he went first, so he's actually finished up first, so he'll get to choose in a second who's going to go first. He's set up quite heavily in the middle around his objective. Did actually forget to say there are 2 objectives. Basically, we're sort of having a bit of a tussle over some cash, and amusingly, the rest of the Gits are actually watching to see what's going on, who's going to win this little tussle. But yeah, so the person at the end of a round who controls more objectives, even if it's only 1, will actually get 3 points. Otherwise, if it's an equal number of objectives, it'll be 1 point each. We've sort of set up pretty... I mean, my spiders here are probably a little bit wider, but I've also got more models and a little bit scared of what's sort of going to come down the table. We have rolled off for the bad moon, so that's over here in the corner, and it will basically come in across this way and hopefully it'll be interesting to see what it does because it's good for both of us and it's bad for both of us. So, who's going first?
I might go first, I think.
Okay.
I'll have a crack.
All right, let's set up then. All right. So we also forgot to say we've rolled up and a realm. We're playing on Akshi, and we didn't actually get any special traits for this realm. So in the hero phase, you are going to cast a
Mystic Shield on the old Troggoths here.
Yep.
So I need a 6.
Yep. And you get that with the 7. I'm going to try to dispel. Why not? Because I've got the dispel, so I do not. That's a 3. So he's Mystic Shielded. Let's pop some of that down for him. Alright, movement phase.
Move.
You going to do a run up the field, or are you going to...
I don't know. Where's that little ruler? Here we go. And a bit of plastic here.
Yep.
And I'll push up a bit here.
So basically, you're moving everybody up 6.
Yep. She might just hang back. Actually, no, I'll push her. I'll just push her.
Yeah.
There. And these guys. Just move my battle line.
It's a
up
reasonably mobile army.
There we go.
Alright, your shooting phase will be super short.
Super short
because nothing will be in range.
Nothing doing anything.
And your charge will also be nothing. Which will basically be the end of your turn then.
Dunsky.
Alright, over to the spiders. Let's see what we're going to do. We did also forget to mention, the general here has got loon skin, so he's always going to get an extra CP until the moon leaves the table. My dude is, because I couldn't actually find my Scuttleboss model, technically this isn't a super legal list, but I'm sort of making do, which means that I also don't have a trait. So I've sort of had to live with that. But in my hero phase, I'm going to give myself a CP for being present. I'm going to roll for the Fungoid Cave Shaman. On a 4+, I'll get an extra CP, which I do not. And in my spellcasting phase, I'm going to try to cast the Scuttle-Tide, which is the best spell that these folks have. So it will go off on a 7, and I'm going to cast it with the Fungoid. I'm going to try to cast it there, and I do not get it with double ones. Yeah, which is good for you because it's an absolute mongrel of a spell, and it would have come straight out of this set of forest into your guys. So next off the rank with the Web Spinner Shaman, I am going to cast... Web Spinner Shaman. I'm going to cast Speed of the Spider God. Now that goes off on a 4, which is this guy here. Now you have actually got line of sight. You won't have line of sight on the big spider. So if I get this on a 9, you may as well try to have a crack at unbinding that.
Do we got anything else?
Oh, it's an 8, close.
Nope.
All right, so I'm going to cast it on this unit here, which is wholly within 12. They'll get to run and shoot, which is actually pretty good. Now, with the actual spider, I will try to cast a sneaky distraction first on himself. So that will give him an aura of -1 to hit. That goes off on a 7, so I get that, which is good. So I'll mark that here. So he has got a -1 to hit aura around him. And for his second spell, he actually gets +1 naturally because he's a giant spider. And like, why wouldn't a giant spider get +1 to hit? For his second one, he's going to go for Venom of the Spider God. And that will give us double mortal wounds if they go off. That goes off on a 6. And I get that on a 7, so I'm gonna, yeah, he's good. That's good. Venom of the Spider God. So that's a unit wholly within 16. And you know what? I'm actually going to cast that on him.
Yep.
So I think that makes sense. And that will probably be the end of my hero phase. So I'll get stuck into some movement. All right, so with a bit of pre-measuring done, these spiders are going to hustle their way up to here. They are wall crawlers, so they will ignore terrain when they are moving, which is really handy. And you can sort of see where these guys are going to try to play friendly. I'm just going to basically hustle him along there. This guy will move to there, so he can cap that. our really nasty spider with all of the amazing buffs on him will move up to here, which will be handy. You can have those great little markers. Now, these guys are the ones that got the buff, so their base movement will get them to there, but I can run and shoot, so I will run them, and they'll get an extra 5. Oh, sorry, dude. Where's our little triangle-y thing here? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's a bit of hustle.
Hey, how you doing?
We came to party! And we'll quickly, that's them. Alright, so that will basically put me into my shooting attacks. All of these guys that can will shoot into the trolls. And everyone that is in range here, I'm not sure if he's in range. If you will be, I might have a crack at the river trolls. Otherwise, these guys will actually try to have some shots at the general, and we'll see how that looks. Alright, so I've got buckets of dice ready. This unit here that did not run will all be shooting at the trolls here. They hit on 5s and 5s, which we've got 18 attacks of, so one of them just hasn't got line of sight. The rest of them are good and in range, so 5s and 5s. They are surprisingly angry for gobbos. Okay, that's an exceptionally good roll for gobbos, and this is where it won't. Well, two. So no rend, so you got 5 ups. And you got a 5-up shrug.
Oui.
Yeah, I got a 5-up shrug on that as well. Nope. So one of your guys. Yep, one of them. Yep. Taken 2. He's got 3 or 4 wounds each, man.
Yes, he does turns, yeah.
I should give you a wound dice. Alright, so that's them done.
Cross. There we go. Yoink.
Now, all of the attacks from here will go into the river trolls, and they're again on 5s and 5s. Now, river trolls are naturally stinky, and they do have a -1, but that's only for melee. So this won't come into play. So 5s and 5s again, and that again looks like a pretty good roll. We'll just take those ones out. You know what? Done. All right, and 5s again. Oh, there's 3. On the river trolls, yep, 5 up.
5 up. Count them.
No, so one of them will be down to 1. All right, now all the attacks from the bows here will go into that same set of river trolls. 5s and 5s again. Let's see how we go. Really, really good roll so far. And no, not anymore. There we go. So that's shooting phase done, which will leave it to charge o'clock. Let's work out what we've got. Oh, get back up there. All right, I'm going to charge these. 6 is not going to be enough.
Nope.
I'm going to charge these, but I'm using I want to charge this fella here first. So he's going to be a long bomb. So yeah, oh, 10. 10 might just be enough. Let's see.
On the clock.
It's going to be very close. Oh man, sorry. I should have probably pre-measured this one. 10 is literally just outside of half an inch. So that with a 10 does not go off, and I'm not going to re-roll that. So this guy here with a 6 will get in. So I will get those guys in, and we'll come back and see what that looks like. All right, so at the end of the charge, it looks like this. Now, I've gone first, so I will get to pile in. There's, for me, I don't think any real way to avoid tagging the river trolls. I will try to avoid tagging her because I don't really want to run that mess. I'll pop, in there, and that will probably get most of them attacking with their spears, which have got a 2-inch range, but only that front batch will attack with their teeth, which have got a 1-inch range. So what I'll do is I will I'm going to probably go everything I can into the Troggoths. And we'll see how. So we've got 6 guys in range with the fangs. They've got 2 attacks each on 4s and 4s, but we keep in mind that any 6s inflict a mortal wound, and it ends there. So, we've got 1 mortal wound. So we'll give him that. And it is 4s and 4s, so there's a lot of... Ugh, it's not great. 4s. That's nothing. Oh, danger o'clock. Danger o'clock. So you get to hit back.
Right.
Now we did sort of have a chat here. If you hit back with the dank hold first, I can be really clever and try to take these away, although they're probably still going to be within 3. But it may be a good idea to
attack these boys first.
Yeah.
That way, though, I'm guaranteed some hits on these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, when I take him, you take weight. Oh, out of range. So
yep.
Go with the fell waters first.
Yep. So we'll get to pile them in. You will definitely get all 3 of them in.
Sure.
So that is that, and
you're there. You've got a wound. Okay.
Oh, this is where it goes south.
All right.
So charging these guys may not have been the best for me. So they have got 3 attacks each, I think. They've got 4 attacks each on 3s and 3s.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, get back here. Should count some dice out first.
Alright, 3s and 3s. Oh, they're angry. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, no, everything else. Everything else.
Excellent. And let's see a few more of them 3s.
Oh dear. Alright, so how much renders on that?
They have 1-1.
Okay, so that goes straight through the spider. Oh, no, sorry, 6 up saves.
Whoop.
So 6 up saves. No, they all go through, and they're 2 each, are they?
2, yes, 2 damage apiece.
Alright, so that's 3 of them gone. We'll take you. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? You, and you. Yep. Alright, is that's all of their melee attacks, isn't it? They're pretty simple. Alright, so the dank hold.
Dank hold, he's got the boulder class, he's got 4 attacks.
Alright.
Hang on, what's the crushing grip?
Crushing grip, so you get to tag a unit, roll a dice.
Nice.
On as long as it's got more than its wounds characteristic, which none of those are a 5, a model dies. Do you want to pick one of those?
Squish. We'll take this guy around.
Take this guy out. Yep. All right. And
then we've got
starting to think like this charge was not a good idea.
Boulder club here, so 3+3+ on this.
Oh, that's okay.
That's 50%.
Yeah.
And
1.
50% again.
All right, but that one, that is going to go straight through, so that's going to be just D6 damage, isn't it?
D6 damage.
All right. Oh, 5. Yep, that is not good for squishy spiders. So I shall take off 1, 2, and leave a wound on him. Yeah, it looks like does not look good. All right. I am probably even going to have to CP that come battle shock, because that's going to be the end of the combat round. Everyone's fought. Their base bravery is 4. They've lost 6, so it would be D6 plus 2, which I do not want. So I'm going to CP that away and use my only CP to do that with him, which then means we get to roll off for the turn. I went second. That means that you break tie. So you, let's see. Oh, 3, 6. You get to pick who goes next, and I'm probably going to assume it's going to be you.
You assumed correctly. Yes.
All right. So at the start of the turn, Bryan, you want to roll off for the moon? On a 1, it doesn't move anywhere.
4.
On a 6, it comes into the middle. On a 4, it will come into that quadrant, which means, yeah, you'll probably actually get some nice extra healing on those fellas.
Excellent.
Have you got some spells to cast?
Yes, I'm going to put the Hag Curse
Oh, yes.
on your big old spider right there.
Yep. So it's a 12-inch range, and it is literally within 12. It's like it's just touching on the. What does that go off? On
I
a
need
7?
a 7 on this bad boy.
Yep.
So
That's an
that'll do
8.
it.
So you are potentially under the light of the moon as well. We'll see. I'm going to try to dispel it first. So I'm going to try and dispel with him because he doesn't want that cast on him. So he gets a natural +1. So on an 8, we'll see what I get. I get a 6. So that's going through. That's not good. So that is -1, I believe, to hit, and also decreases my save by 1.
Yep. Subtract 1 from save rolls for attacks.
All right. Okay, that's actually really, really good for you then.
Yes.
So that puts us to your movement phase. These units are in combat,
Yep.
but you've got options with these. Now, you do want to keep somebody on the objective, but you want to also maybe have a crack at this, or are you just gonna run in and just try to just destroy here?
I think I might try and just do some wanton destruction, I reckon.
I reckon that's a good idea. Yeah.
Good idea. I will might hold the hag back a bit, I think. She can sit in the middle here and survey the battle. I'll just move these boys forward a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll just cruise on up to here.
Cruise on up to there.
Yep. There we go.
All right. Yep. So that will then give you ranged attacks.
Yes, I can throw some...
You can throw some boulders with these.
Throw some rocks.
Actually, you've got a 12-inch range on that.
Yeah. Chuck rocks out.
No, just out.
Alright. Piffin
No,
rocks,
also
spiders.
out. So you've got some spiders to chuck rocks with there. You actually, before you do that, you may want to move the hag up. Oh no, she can... Yeah, I'm just thinking if you move the hag up within 10, if these guys are within... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're just in.
Yeah, they'll be just in, so okay, yep. Now there'll be some vomit going here. So, let's chuck some rocks first.
Some rocks.
Now, the way this works is you roll a dice for the number of models in your unit.
So,
If you roll equal to or less than the number of models in your unit, which is 3, so on a 1, 2 or 3, you'll do mortal wounds.
Alright.
And
let's roll low.
4, just out. Alright, but it's still going to go south because you've now got Vomit Lady and you've got Vomit Trolls.
Have some spewing.
Yep.
Go with vomit, range 10, hit 3.
Is it just the one attack with her?
Yeah, attacks. Oh no, vomits.
I thought it was lots. I thought it was...
So it is
8, 6. Ugh.
6 attacks for that one.
Hitting on...
3s to hit, 3s to wound.
Oh.
She's needs to zero her vomit there. There's a couple.
Rend?
Rend is -2.
Okay, so that goes straight through. How much damage is
D3
that?
damage on that one.
Okay, so 2 of those.
Couple of them.
Oh, that's 3. That's 1.5.
Good roll.
Alright, so I'll take this critter off. And this fellow have 1 left. Alrighty.
Right.
Now your trolls here.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be able to hit these guys with their... I think they've got a 6-inch range, don't they?
Yep, 6-inch range on that one.
Yep.
One attack for each of those. That's
Yep. And they're...
3 vomits.
Yep, 2s and 3s, I
2
think.
and 3 to hit. 2 to hit.
Ugh.
Yep. 3 to wound.
And 1.
Oh, it's just...
But that is going to go straight through as well.
Yep. Was that D3 damage as well?
Alright, let's see how that comes out.
Come on. That's
2.
2.
So that's this fella. I'll pop the wound on him. That is not looking like a good charge for that part of the table. Alright, so that will then be combat. Oh no, it'll be charges.
Yep.
Alright. let's see what you want to charge with. Yep, so we've actually just forgotten in the hero phase should have regenerated, seems only fair. So trolls here on a 4+. Do not regenerate.
Yeah.
On a 4+, yes. They do. And that will be a D3. 2. So you get 2 back on that. So
that'll take it back up.
Yep,
oh, no,
back up.
It's down to 1, so he's on 3.
Yep.
So 4 each.
All right.
He
did have a win, so same on a 4+.
4+.
Yep. No, he's got a win, so he's back up to
happy.
4.
Happy days.
All right.
All right. Charging.
Charges.
Boink.
Yep.
And then all these guys are already.
They're in combat.
Yep.
Depending on what you roll, you can charge her. So if you charge these guys first and you get a high roll, you can come to the side and leave it in there.
Just look at my objective here, though.
Well, you'll still hang on to that.
Yes.
You control it now until I capture it, which is not looking likely with this little ragtag. You'll still own it.
All right. Well, we'll go. Yeah, these guys, and we'll see how I go with.
With the hag, here. The lady.
The lady.
All right.
All right. So.
Stone trolls. You want to roll high. 3 is not high. Do you want to CP that?
I might CP that one, actually.
So actually, it's your hero phase, so you would have actually had 2 more.
2 more, so that'll minus...
1, so you're down to 3.
On tray.
Yep. Let's go
CP.
Bigger. 8. That is certainly enough.
That'll do. That'll get me.
Yeah, that'll get you sort of around here if you want.
Yeah, and that'll leave a nice highway for her to...
run up. For her to sort of come along.
Yep. There we go.
So do you want to charge her as well? Probably need more than a 5.
Yes, that's not.
Do you want to CP that, or do you want to? Those trolls, they'll do a lot of damage, but I mean, she also does an awful lot. So up to you.
No, we'll just sit her back.
That's fair.
Sit her back.
See
what happens over this side.
Yeah, and I guess having her to sort of block that off is also good.
I don't know what this is going to be doing.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's going to go whop.
Yeah, look, I think so. I really sort of hoped that this would last longer, rather than just getting deleted. But we'll see how that goes. All right, it'll be your combat choice first. So, Bryan, you're going to activate your trolls first, aren't you?
Activate these guys first.
Yep, in we go. And that makes sense because over here, I mean, nothing's going to happen to you there. So let's try to take some of these out.
We've got 6 attacks all up those guys. 3 plus 3 plus for them as well.
Oh,
that's pretty good. All of them.
Yep.
And let's try and repeat that. No.
Oh, no, that's actually bad.
That's actually not good.
They got 2 rend, don't they?
That they do.
So they're going to go straight through, which will be 6 damage.
Which is... yes, it is. Yes, 6 damage.
2, 3, and I'll pop that wound back on him. So that leaves me these guys to attack, and they're going to try and attack the Troggoths again. So crooked spears will go off on 5s and 4s. So 1... Nope. And the fangs will go off on 4s and 4s, but 6s will be a mortal. Oh wow, 1 mortal, that's it.
Mortal? That's what we did to him last time?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so
he's going
to...
Yep.
Do his crushing grip.
Yep. You want to roll
roll a dice and a chew.
2? Is that going to be enough?
To a greater than the wounds character.
Oh, yep.
Yep. 2 wounds.
I'll take one of those off, and they're going to get his clubs.
3 plus 3 plus. Yep. And let's see that again.
Oh, no.
These second rolls are really good.
Yeah.
Minus 2 rend.
That's going to go straight through, so you got D6 damage. 3, which is exactly what is needed to delete these units.
Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to come back and fight with these fellas. And so I'm going to pile him in there. I'm going to pile him in there. Him in there. Him in there. And that will do me. So I'll get 5 sets of fangs in, which will be 2 attacks each. That. I'll try to get some 6s hopefully this time round. Oh, still not a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually really bad. Oh, 1. So 1 little wound through there. There is no rend on that.
No rend on that.
So you'll have a 5 up and a 5 up shrug.
Come on.
No. Alright, so 1 wound goes through, and there's going to be 5 spears that I can attack with. Actually, 2 inch, so I can attack with 6 spears on 5s. Ooh, that's above. And 4s. No. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, that's actually going to be the end of the combat, isn't it? Because these guys could have attacked, but there's nothing left to attack. So, that's going to be battle shock for me, which is not going to be good. Because bravery of 4, we have got a banner there, so that'll probably give them a bravery of 5. 2. Okay, so they've got a bravery of 6. They've lost 4. So on a 3, they are going to lose 1 more. Is that right? Bravery 6. Yeah, they are losing 1 more. I'm going to take the one with the wound off. Oh, this is not looking good. Okay, so it is going to be the end of that turn and the start of my hero phase. First off, I'm going to give myself a CP. And with the fungoid, I am going to try to see if I can get another one on a 4+. This time I do. So that gives me 2, and I'm going to bloody well need them. In my spells with him, so later on I'm actually going to try and retreat these guys to see if I can pinch that off you. Because we've had a look, you've got 2 models there. So I need to get 3 there, which I can probably do with a run. But failing that, I will still try to cast a Itchy Nuisance. Now that goes off on a 6, and I'll cast it on this unit here, which means they will fight last. And that's purely if I don't get my run off, because he's really got not too much else to do. I don't get that either. Okay, thanks. Okay, over here, I do lose the lovely buffs that I had, but I will try to basically get them back. So I will try to cast a Sneaky Distraction. That goes off on a 7. That gives him the -1 aura. Now he's got +1 automatically, and he's also got +1 because he's on Arcane. So that will go off on an 8. Do you want to try and unbind that? There is more shenanigans that he is going to do. You've only got the 1 unbind. The other thing I am going to cast is the one that gives him extra mortals, possibly. So it's, do you want to try and unbind an 8? Oh, actually, the other thing I am going to try to cast is going to be...
Spiders. Yeah, that's the one on there.
Yeah.
I don't want that one.
Yeah, no, all right. Okay, so we'll give him a -1 to hit. Aura, which will be good. I will try to cast on a 6. Double mortals, which I get on a 9, 10, 11. So that one's going to go through. Now my little grot over here, the little wizard, he's going to cast the one you don't want to see. That will go off, I think, on a 4. I'll double check it. And he gets +1 because he's on Arcane.
I can't.
Oh, you can. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be hard to unbind. But you may as well. No. Okay. Let's work out where I want this thing to come out. Alright, so just had a quick look. The Scuttleboss actually goes off in a 7. Now I did get a 9, so it went off and he had a bonus from here and a bonus from here. Now I've got to set this up wholly within 6 of a terrain feature, which I'll do basically like that. And then I'll move it along here to block my charge. No, I won't. What I'll do is I'll move it out here to try to maybe add a little bit of protection. Effectively, what I'm going to do is roll 6 dice. On each 5+, that's going to be a mortal wound, and you've got to keep in mind any unit that finishes a move within 6 inches, even if they don't actually move, will get this same effect in your turn. So that's 2 5+. So 2 mortals into the lady, which puts her down to 14. There's a D20 in there somewhere.
There it is.
Alright, so she's on 14, and I got the spells off that I wanted, sort of. Movement phase. What I'll do is he is still at full strength, so I'll move him up 8. Plop, 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 plop. Keeping out of that. I will try to run these spiders here, and I'm hoping for a big roll.
Huge.
Not what I wanted. I will CP that and turn that into a 6. So I'm down to 1, and I'm banking a lot here, knowing that. Actually, no, I don't have that much battle shock left to worry about. You've deleted most of it. Yeah. So these guys will have 16 movement, which means they will end up out here, claiming that point. And staying outside of range of her. That unfortunately means that I will also have to move him up to try to put in a bit of a block on these guys. I will move this fella up. Here's 4. You can't fight both of them, so he will move back that way, and it's like you can get to pick one which you want to fight. And I'll go into charges. Now, he is the only... Well, actually, I'll charge him first. Mm-hmm. Or do I not want to do that? I don't want to do that. He's not going to win in a fight with those guys. So, not charging, I will have to charge here because... Yeah, I have to. So, I'll go for the charge. I get 10. He is a wall crawler, so he can ignore terrain. But what I'll probably do is just a simple blah, 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 blah. And I'll see if that ends up as one of our little combat gauge markers. Let's see, is that pulling in the other trolls? If it is, I'll move him back ever so slightly. Yep, that's the last thing I'm going to need. So I'll just, yeah, he's just in combat with your boss. Mm-hmm. And that will probably be plenty. So I'm going to engage him first, do what I can to the boss, and we'll see how that looks. Now, we did forget ranged attacks for me, which actually is not going to be able to be done on those guys because I did run them straight off the bat. We would have had 8 attacks from the spider here, and Bryan's been nice enough to let me go and do those because he would have done that before he charged. They're 5s and 5s, so 3 and 2. 2 go through, no end, so you'll have a 3-up save.
On the boss, was it?
Sorry, that was on the trolls, which will be a 5-up save.
2 5-ups. Or
no.
not.
So
you've got one's still with 3 wounds.
So he's down to 1 again.
Down to 1.
Alright, that didn't really change much else. Everything else was basically going to be the same. So in combat, I will tag him first because he is the only thing that I do want in combat. I did also forget the range attack on him, but he was back here, so he probably wouldn't have actually been in range at that point in time. So, with the web spinner, my Spider God Staff, get 1 attack on a 4, and then a 3. Nope. I will get 4 attacks with his monstrous fangs. Now, he does have the buff. Oh, he's actually also -1 to hit.
For me.
Yeah. No, but you're the hag curse. Yep. So I'm looking for 2s to hit with these, But a 5 or a 6 will do some mortal wounds. And I've got one of those. So the -1 to hit takes that out. These still go through. So that will be 2 mortals.
2 mortal wounds.
Let me just check if they still go... do they continue the attack? Oh, no, hang on. So it's not 2 mortals. It's D3 mortals, and that sequence ends. So, yeah, it's 1.
1.
Okay, so 1 mortal. Yep. And these are wounding on 3s, which they do. So these have got a rend of 1, which he will ignore because of his amulet.
Yes, that's giving me the 4 up.
Block 1, 1 goes through, so 1 will be 3 damage. I know, right? Now we've also got 8 crooked spears hitting on 5s going to 6s. Oh, didn't expect that. And wounding on 4s. So 2 go through. No rend.
No rend. 4 ups. Come on. No.
No. So 2 damage. And lucky last is his 8 legs, which are normally on 4s and 3s, but -1 to hit will make that 5s and 3s. So just the 2. 3s. No. So that's the end of that. And this is probably where things go really, really south for him, isn't it?
Alright, so activate him. There you go, mate.
Right, so first off, you've got your beastly squig followers.
Squiggly beast followers.
Sorry, squiggly beast followers.
Squiggly beast.
Now you roll a dice, don't you?
Yep, it needs to be equal to or greater than the number of models in the enemy unit. So I need a 1 or more.
Yep, one or more. So hey,
come on,
does
me.
it.
Yes, nice. That's 1 mortal wound.
All right, so I put some dice out. He is ready to take some damage. So he's down to 13.
Oh, is that all? We got the crushing grip.
No, crushing grip you can't do on
I'm
him.
going to do anything. So we'll just get the rest of them here. 4 attacks, 3 up, 3 up.
Now he has also got that -1 aura around him.
So
that one comes out, but all
fine.
those go through.
They're all good. 3 up again.
Oh no, that's not good. Not good for me.
2d6.
Well, he's got a 4-up save, 2 rend. I need some 6s here. I got 1.
Oh. Alright.
D6 damage.
Come on.
3.
Bleh.
Alright, so he's down to 10. Don't think you're doing too badly as it is. Now, we've retreated everything else, which amazingly makes it the end of the turn. Because you've got nothing else to pile in. I've stayed out of range because, like, I've seen what these fellas are doing. I don't want to be any part of that. So that'll be the end of the phase. Now, I've got nothing to lose Battle Shock with because it's either dead or it didn't die. You did more wounds.
Yep.
Which means that you did a lot more wounds. So I will capture both points because I will own that one there, and I still own this one, so I'll get 3 points for that. But then you will get 3 points for doing a lot more wounds than I did. So
3.
So that means I am still 3 points behind you. And this will be where we roll off for turn again, won't it?
Yes.
All right. Lucky green dice. There's a 3 again. Let's see.
Red.
You're a 5. You can give me the turn, or you can choose to go.
I choose to go.
Now, keeping in mind that the second person controls this. So if you take the turn now, I'll get to move this, and it'll hopefully do some damage.
Yep.
Otherwise, I'll go, but you'll get to control that. And I still think that I would say that you want to go first.
Yeah.
All right.
Over here.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will shuffle this fella around. Oh, he can move 6. I am going... It's not really going to matter. I'm trying to work out if I can try to block her off. But But yeah, I'll just sort of do as much of a block as I can. I'll throw my dice on some 5-ups. That'll be some mortals.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2.
Couple.
Two mortal wounds. So 2 on her. And then it shall be your hero phase. So Brian's elected to go first. I'm going to move the moon first. 5. So it's in the middle.
Middle, which is pretty much.
Yeah, we can
there.
stick it there. Let's do some regeneration first. She will just get an auto d6.
Auto d6. 6.
She's at full health.
Back up at full health again.
Right, I'm also going to take this -1 to hit off me.
Right. These guys.
On a 4+.
4 up. Nope.
They do not.
He will hopefully get some.
Yep, on a 4+ again.
Yes.
Yep. Then he'll take a d3.
3. Come on.
2.
2. Better than nothing.
Now, he is always under the light of the moon, which means that because you got your first one, your second one will double. So you get 4 wounds back.
4 wounds. It takes him up to 9.
Sorry, your trolls missed though, didn't they? This bunch here?
Yeah.
You get to re-roll that because you're under the moon.
Right.
So let's see.
Come on.
Yes, you do get it. D3.
D3. Come on.
2. Back up to 3 again. That's the yo-yo troll.
It is actually.
Yep.
Back and forward that one. Alright. Done that. Right, so we'll do my hag curse again onto your big old spider.
Yep.
What do we want for that one? That's 7.
No.
No. Might. Do I CP that?
You can't.
I can't.
You can't CP spells.
That's
It's the overlook.
okay. That would be it. Then
Yeah.
For that.
The movement phase where things are going to go south.
Yeah.
Let's work this out. All right, so we've got some moves worked out. The lady is going to shuffle around.
She's going to just shuffle around here.
Yep.
Like that. Stay with that. Yeah.
Stay within 3. Now she is still within 6 of this.
Yep.
So that will give me some more shots at mortals. But I fear it's not going to be enough. 3.
3.
Yep. Look, that's good for me, but probably not going to be enough.
13. She still has a few wounds left.
Yeah. Oh, 13.
These guys are going to just moonwalk around this way a bit.
Yep. So you've got plenty of space there. And again, you're just going to be within 3 for a nasty charge. But amusingly, also in range to spew on the spider.
And
Trolls up here. I'm going to shuffle along to get within 3. And he is looking exceptionally brave for what's about to happen. Do you want to roll for some charges? Oh no, you've got your shooting attacks.
Shooting.
Right, so, trolls.
Throw some rocks.
Yep.
Oh, where's that thingy?
Oh no, 1, 2 or 3. Who are you shooting at? I'd probably...
Pick some stuff on.
Oh, he's got a good save. Yeah, but I'd still do it. I'd still do
I
it.
reckon they'll smash him with rocks. I might as well
Yeah.
throw some rocks in.
Absolutely.
1, 2 or 3. Come on.
Oh, yep. So that'll be a...
D3.
Oh, D3. Okay. That's 2. So he'll get a shrug on a 4+. Misses neither. That, I believe, puts him down to 2, which is not good.
Alright.
It's a troll vomits. So 6-inch range.
6-inch range. 1 attack. 3 of them.
2s and 3s, but he is got the aura around him.
So that's
It's 3s and 3s, so he's -1 to hit. Well, got some value. So 3s to wound.
Come on.
1 goes through. Rend.
Rend, -2 on that.
Okay, so he'll get a 4-up going to a 6-up save. Nope.
Nope. And D3 damage. That's a 3.
3. Yep. Down to 7. The hag. Yep.
She'll have a bit of spew on that as well. Now she's back up to 4.
Yep.
For wounds, so she's got the 6. 6 lumps of vomit. 3 up, 3 up.
Yep. yep, look, that's about mathing. That's actually spot on mathing. 3, yeah.
3. -2 on the ring.
Okay, so they will go straight through.
What's that? And they're D3
Oh,
damage.
that's not good. That's not good at all. So that's 8. And then there was 1. And then there was 1. Oh, I'll just leave that fella there. Yeah, he's looking pretty scared right now.
I'm not sure about my situation in life.
Why did I come here? Why did we pick a fight with the trolls? Charge a clock.
Charge.
That's the end of your shooting attack, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh dear.
No. Alright, charging.
So who do you want to charge with first?
Yep, we'll go with old hag.
Yep.
Up into here.
So that looks like about a 5 or a 6. Maybe.
About, I think.
Definitely.
That'll do.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure she'll get a crushing... is it a crushing bulk or is that just in the combat?
Melee. No, that's just a melee attack.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. Let's do... Charles, yes. They're within 3. But we did sort of have a look at it, and you do want to try to roll high so you can wrap around to the back. 4.
That's certainly not.
Like you're still going to be within. You're still going to be within 6 of this anyway.
Yeah. So that'll get me in range.
So that'll get you in range. Yeah.
Like that. Bring it like this. There you go.
Yep. That's
that one. And then these fellas.
And they're in.
Could have done that one before. There you go. They're in as well. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Which then makes it your turn to pick with combat. Who do you want to go with first?
Right. Oh.
There's a lot of things that you can just delete. So realistically, these guys have got a good chance of deleting him.
Dropping him.
These guys maybe will delete him.
How many wounds that thing? 6, 7.
Good chance of just finishing that. I mean, that's just going to be laughable. I may as well just pick that one up almost.
What's he got left?
7.
7. I might go with the... Oh, they got a lot of attacks.
They do?
I might bring them in.
Okay.
I'll bring them in. They've got a good chance of...
All right. So, you have to pile them in.
Doink, doink. Oh, he's got
a
big leg in the way there. There we go.
3 or 4 each? They're 4, aren't they?
4 inch.
4 each?
4 attacks each, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 12 there.
Yeah. They will be at -1.
-1. That's alright. That's I need a 4 up to hit.
Yep. Oh, that suddenly doesn't look like it's going to be enough for me. 4 ups to hit.
Lots of dice. I've got some pretty good rolls so far, so...
So things are evening out a little bit then.
Yes. Look at that. There we go.
Alright. Wounding on 3s.
3s. Get them. Come on. Oh. I might just head home.
Look, I don't think that'll be taking too long anyway. I'm going to fight back with him then. Let's see what he's got at 7. Looking at his damage table, I'm still going to try to put everything into the boss because I feel that I need to. What's his wound? He's on 9, isn't he?
9.
Yeah, look, I'm going to put everything I can into him anyway because these guys have also got a -1 aura to hit them because they stink. So our staff will be hitting on a 4+, which it does. Wounding on a 3+, which it does not. I'll have 6 attacks with the chitinous legs, which are 4s and 3s. That's mathing so far. 3s. That's not mathing. So 1. 1 will go through at one end, which he will ignore because of his amulet. So on a 3 up. 3 up.
No. Hang on.
Yep. No, sorry.
4 up.
4 up.
Yep. Wink.
No. So 1 go through.
1.
I'll do the spears next. 8 spears on 5s and 4s. Oh, that is a really surprisingly good roll. 4s. So 4.
4.
No rend.
No rend. Gives me 4 ups.
Alright, make 3 of them, so 1 more damage.
1 more damage.
And a lucky last, 4 attacks with the fangs, which are onto his hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, but 5s and 6s are mortals. No mortals. They did all hit, however, did they? Yep. Wounding on 3s. So 2 go through at -1. So 4 ups because of his amulet, yep.
Remember the amulet?
Oh, nope. Fail both. They're D3 each.
Ooh, okay.
So 7, I can't kill him, but I can do 4.
Do 4, drop him down to 3. Okay.
Alright. So.
I believe.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've pretty much got the the rest of it here.
I'll leave him because so I might as well.
I'd probably go here. I wouldn't be too scared of that one little spider.
No. Right. So we've got here 2 each. So that's we got 6
on 3s and 3s, is it not?
I believe it is. Yep. 3 up. 3 up.
Oh no,
that's good. Let's do that again.
Almost. 2 rend. I'm pretty sure that's either 6 ups or straight through. 2 rend will go straight through. They're 3. He's dead. He's dead.
That's 9.
Yep, he only had 6. Alright. Things are looking really, really grim. Spider. So, I'll attack with the fangs. 2 attacks, 4s and 4s. 1. No. I'll attack with the spears. 1 attack, 5s. No, that's it.
Okay. I'll try and squish the spider.
I'm just going to make it really simple that he's not surviving.
Okay then. Alright, so we'll go over to the boss then. We'll let him have his crack.
Yep.
Crushing grips no work, so just his big...
squiggly followers.
The squiggly followers. He doesn't need to roll 1 or more to deal
1 or more, yep.
And I've achieved that.
So,
roll of 1.
Down to 6. Oh, really? Doesn't matter.
Now he's got a -1 to hit.
Yep.
Did he? So that's a 4 up to hit.
Oh no,
so
3
hits. Yep. And 3 up to wound. Ooh, 2 wounds.
2 rend.
-2.
Yep.
Rend.
So trying to save with 6s. Nope.
Alright, and
2.
then D6 a pop.
That's 7.
7. That's only what 6.
Yep, that's not.
Rawr.
That's. Yeah. I'm going to say that's the end of what I can possibly do in this game. There's like you've got the points back. You're ahead on points. There is no way I can catch up. So you're going to get. You're going to hold both. You've done more wounds, so you're going to get 6 points. And I've got 2 weakling heroes. So I'm going to call it there. Let's have a quick chat and see how the game went. Right. So, how's your foray into Age of Sigmar going? Because you're a big 40k player, aren't you?
I'm a 40k player since 96, I'm going to say. Not actually, yeah, about 96. So it's only my second game of this of Sigmar. So I'm digging the game system. Because I've travelled away to come. It's an airplane trip for me to get here for this. So I just need to talk to the rest of my boys. I've got a few of the lads in my shed that we play a bit of 40k. So we need to. Although, do we need to drop more cash? Probably.
I think you do.
I think you do. Drop a bit more cash on.
Yeah, hobbies. I mean, you need to have a ranged game and a hand-to-hand combat focused game. Thoughts on the armies?
we're talking at the start of the game. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. We did sort of think that whoever hit first, if they got a big hit off, was probably going to avalanche for the rest of the game.
Yep.
I think from the spiders, that was probably really ambitious because everything else just clobbered so hard from your side.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe that initial charge you did with those spiders could have possibly been the undoing.
Stupid move. Yep, I've done a stupid before. I'll do them again.
Yeah, well, I normally do stupid stuff with my orcs back home. So.
Yep. And look, it could have been a whole bunch of mortals, and then maybe put things onto a different foot.
Yeah, but then again, you saw some of my rolls as well, so I could have just fistfuls of ones could have brought me well undone.
Yep.
Which is it's not unknown for me to throw.
Mm-hmm. My thoughts are the spiders have got fantastic movement. They are so speedy.
Very quick.
But they are squishier than you want them to be. So when I play them next, I may try to maybe pick up larger groups just to sort of have them just squirt out and grab an objective and then try to put something else between the front of them and the fighting line.
Yes. Or even keep the two units even closer together.
Yeah.
And then if something does happen, you go like this and
absolutely
just keep them close by.
Dank old Troll hits like a truck.
But he's also hit and miss, as we found.
Yeah,
so he did have
he really is
a very poor combat phase there earlier in the match.
It also, look, I did roll some sixes to save against it.
Yeah, you did.
Which is good for me, but yeah.
I need to make the hits first.
Troll Hag.
Yep.
A lot of points. 380 points.
Yeah.
That's your most expensive unit. Having said that, from, getting some decent hits on it, and then at the start of the next phase, and I'm at full health.
Yeah, full health. I think it was definitely a good brick you had sitting in the middle.
Yep.
Especially when you look at a game like this with the objectives, Yep.
If
she's there, she
just options.
Left her in the middle. She could have dealt with that, but I had, these guys had it under control over that side, so she just fixed this issue here with a few spiders.
Yep.
And
MVP for you?
MVP will be these boys right here.
The stone trolls.
Stone trolls. They walked through a heap of spiders, waded through them nicely. And then they just continued on the merry way. They just kept on travelling, and they didn't even take much damage. They're still almost full strength units.
I had nothing that did. I did not get much mortals off the spiders. I think we didn't. Yeah, just didn't sort of really.
The regeneration
for them.
Yeah, certainly didn't. Well, all my models are still on the table.
Yeah.
Thanks. I think in whole. To the regeneration.
Just to rub it in. Yeah, no, I've still got all my models. You're crap.
Still here. But I think the regeneration helped, especially with the boss, because I believe you would have dropped him in that last combat.
Yeah.
If he didn't regenerate.
Yeah. So having that moon there, that is lovely. Mm-hmm. For me, look, the spiders, I think. I do want to really try a spider heavy list, but possibly maybe not at 1k because I just don't think that there was enough there to do damage. It really just ran and melted against your heavy hitters.
Definitely, if you got more than two objectives, if you got objectives everywhere, spiders
absolutely everywhere. We both had pretty poor hero phases. Not much was going off, but good game.
Yes. I liked it.
Alright, happy wargaming.
Excellent.